Hello everyone, I greet you in the name of God Almighty. My name is Apostle Newton Silas and I'm here with Nancy Grace. Today we'll be reacting to this video. It's actually an interview with ex-Muslim Dr. Adnan, who caused Dr. Zakir Naik to storm off stage. Whoa, okay. This must be a very interesting video. So guys, if today happens to be the first time of you checking out my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, let's get down to this video and check this out.
Mic number two, question number two.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Zakir Naik. My name is Adnan Jahangir. I'm a medical student and I'm an atheist, but this lecture has convinced me otherwise that Assalamu alaikum is one of the best greetings. My question is, how...
You're an atheist or a Muslim?
No, I'm a Muslim. I'm an atheist, ex-Muslim.
You were a Muslim, now you're an atheist. Okay, brother, go ahead.
All right. My question is of two parts. First one, what is the stance of Islam on evolution? And two, what is the stance of Islam on apostates? The first one, it's how does Islam deal with evolution when as I'm a medical student, my professors, when they show me the skulls of how humans have evolved throughout millions of years, from Homo habilis to Homo erectus to us Homo sapiens, and when they show proof of how evolution has taken place over the years, how do you disprove that when it is fact? It is not theory or it is not a hypothesis anymore. It is fact. How do you disprove that, if you could answer?
Brother Jahangir has asked a question that what is the Islamic view on theory of evolution? And brother, if I reply to you, then will you come back to the fold of Islam?
If it's a convincing enough answer.
If I give a convincing reply, will you come back to the fold of Islam?
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Good. Brother Jahangir has asked a question. He said you are the Muslim and now he's an atheist. And he asked, what is the view of the theory of evolution? It's not possible at all. There are many books written against Darwin theory. Now just because there is no substantial fact, that's the reason in school yet you teach about Darwin theory. But if you read the latest researches, most of the scholars today do not believe in Darwin's theory as a whole to be correct. No scientist today yet believes. Very few, there may be few. But the majority, they disagree that we have been created from apes. And that's what the Quran says, that we believe in the theory of creation, not in the theory of evolution. The theory of creation, not the theory of evolution. Or rather, I should say the fact of creation. Hope that answers the question, brother.
No.
Hope that answers the question, brother.
No.
So where was the question? What did you not understand?
What you say, it is true. It was true. 150 years ago, it was true. It's not Darwin's theory anymore. 150 years of research has said that it's not once. He was just the one who started the ideology of evolution. It has gone over loads, 150 years worth of research with the latest scientific advancements, that it's not what you're saying. When my professor shows me proof, it's not just from apes, which is completely certain. When you see proof how the common cold evolves pathogen, like when it changes its own morphology just to keep up to date with today's vaccines. It's evolving defense mechanisms against today's latest vaccine.
Brother,
That's
let me tell you one
evolution
thing.
right there.
Let me tell you one thing.
It's not Darwin's theory
Let
anymore.
me tell you one thing, brother. I am a medical doctor, and there are many researches being done. If it turns out to be a fact, it has to come in the medical college.
It is in the medical college. I'm taught this in university.
Sorry?
I'm taught evolution in university. It's
Not
not in
university.
school anymore.
I'm talking about medical. University, you learn about theories and researches. Even in medical, you learn about theories and researches. Once it becomes a fact, it comes into textbooks of medicine. I don't know of any textbook of medicine in any college in the world which says that we have been evolved. It is all these are theories, and I know the research is being done. Even Darwin's theory never came in the medical textbook. And even what you're talking about, I know there are new and new researches being coming on. But none of them yet has proved it to be a fact of evolution. The statement by itself, theory of evolution, means it's a theory. So by English language itself, you don't have to be a researcher. When you say theory, it's a theory. When the theory becomes a fact, it changes, that thing changes into a fact. So by the basic you saying theory of evolution, it means it's an hypothesis.
No.
It is not yet a thought.
There's
it's not yet a fact.
There's a difference between hypothesis and theory. A theory is something in science that has the highest honor. When something gains the word theory, it's fact. The theory, in theoretical terms, it's the theory of gravity, but we don't say it, we just say fact. Same way we say the fact of gravity.
Sorry, what did you say? Theory of what?
Gravity. If you say it in theoretical terms, but it's
no theory of gravity. It's a law of gravity. I'm sorry.
Law.
I'm sorry.
It's the law of evolution.
I'm sorry. Your knowledge of science is very weak. It is Boyle's law. It is not Boyle's theory. It is Archimedes' principles. It's not Archimedes' theory. Whatever's theory, when it becomes a fact, it changes into law. I'm sorry your knowledge is so weak, and I wouldn't like to continue. Your knowledge is so weak.
My question,
I'm
sir.
not here to teach 2 + 2 = 4 in the audience. In the question answer session, you ask a question, I give the answer. If you like it, you keep it. If you don't like it, you throw it.
Okay, just
the thing is that if your knowledge is so weak, you're saying theory is the highest thing in science. I'm sorry, you're absurd. I'm a medical doctor. Theory is the highest thing in science. I'm very sorry, brother.
If someone
I'm
can
Jahangir,
disprove,
brother, I'm very sorry. Theory is never the highest thing in science. If you think just because they're going to university, are coming to fool the people here,
I'm not.
I'm totally sorry. Theory, if it becomes a fact, and if the theory becomes a law, it may reach a high standard. But theory by itself, it's a theory, it's a hypothesis. Once it gets converted, it becomes a law, it becomes a fact. Newton's law, it becomes a fact, it becomes a law. I'm sorry to say that by itself, calling it a theory means it is not yet an established fact. The heart pumps blood. Is it a theory or is it a fact?
it's a fact.
No,
Because
the
proof.
theory of heart pumping blood. Theory of heart pumping blood now. Now, if I'm going to teach you English language here, I feel you are wasting the time of the people. Surely, if you can't understand simple English, that what's the difference between the theory, that theory is the highest thing in science, then I'm sorry you'll have to go back and learn science.
What about the evidence, sir?
We would like to, because as we have already learned, the question in and of itself is not qualified to be. It's a theory. So we would like to give the opportunity to a more qualified question, inshallah, and we will ask from the ladies section, inshallah, if there is any lady who has theoretical question. From the non-Muslims, of course, we'll give preference.
Well, guys, it was actually a very interesting video. I think the young man was actually having a very shallow knowledge about science. You know, initially when he was talking about that he has studied evolution, I was kind of expecting something better to come out of him, but when he went on, understand, talking about, understand, theory and all that, and then because of his theory, then it's an established fact, I was like, wow. I didn't know that we still have people like this, you understand. All these things, of course, they started as statement. From statement they become hypothesis, from hypothesis they become theory, from theory they become principle, from principle it becomes a law. And when it becomes a law, before we says it is fact. Like Newton's law, of course, my name is Newton. I'm also a science student. So when we say in Newton's law, they are what? Facts. When we talk about Archimedes' principles of flotation, they are principles. When we talk about the theory, either the theory of cells and all that, that's why they are still theory. We have so many statements, so I don't know he establishes theory to be a fact. Of course, he's just exposed his weakness about science. You get to know that he's not just being a knowledgeable person. Instead of him to ask some important questions, but then he was not able to do so, talking about evolution, and then being proud of being an atheist, which means God does not exist, but then therefore human being begin to evolve, maybe from mosquito to what, to monkey, or what, or to dog, and then to human. I don't just know about how all these things. That's why I think it was Dr. Zak that says this. I think it's Dr. Zak. He says, when you have a little, Dr. Zak says that when you have a little knowledge of science, you says there is no God, which was exactly what that young man did. But when you have an in-depth knowledge of science, you know that there is God. For nothing in a sense just come into existence on its own, but it's just by the power of the Almighty that makes everything to come into existence. This is just what the video just showed. But then a very interesting one. Let me hear from Nancy Grace.
Very interesting video, and while I was watching the video, I was thinking that he's going to talk about God's existence and all that. So, and also thinking that he's going to be converted, like accept the shahada.
Okay.
So because of this, as in, I was thinking a whole lot, but since it did not happen that way, I still believe wherever he is, one day he will still accept it, because he said if he answered him that he will accept it, so they have already believed and agreed that he will accept it. So I believe one day he will still get his answer and still accept it. Maybe he's not confused. So very, very interesting video.
Yeah, guys, it was actually very interesting video.
And I also
indeed.
saying wherever he is and any atheist, let them just believe that God exists. God exists. So this is just my contribution.
Yeah. Alright, so guys, this is the end of our video. If you like our reaction, you should like, share and subscribe. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, remain blessed.